Hello. Oh, Luther just looked all around like, wait, who is she saying hi to? That was weird. He doesn't usually do that. I hope you're all having a wonderful Sunday. It is gorgeous here. And I'm spinning. Sunday spinning. Hopefully not sneezing. Because I will tell you, we were out planting today and I started to have a sneezing attack and I couldn't stop. Hello. I'm wondering if it's going to be super quiet today because of the weather. But I mean, the whole world's not the same weather. Hello, Tracy. Oh, hey, wait a minute. I'm all mixed up. What is happening? Okay, wait a minute. Um, Craft Design said gray and rainy in Alaska. Man, I'm sorry. I'd say it's like low 80s here today and sunny. Lee is planting flowers. I planted a whole bunch of flowers and herbs this morning. I got my whole garden in. It's late though for me. So, but I have been this late before and it was fine. Hello, Elizabeth and Caitlin. Tyra said hello, hello. Good morning from Oregon. Hello, Deanna and Shelly and Angie and Rita and Crystal. What's going on? I don't know what I did. I kind of split this. Elsbeth, I just saw your video and I didn't have time to comment on it. That is next week. She said, "Hey y'all, I thought you were away for your dad's birthday, so the live is surprising. It's next week. His birthday is the 12th, so we'll be on at his house on the 11th. I am bringing him rhubarb pie cuz that's his favorite. Normally what I do is bring him one that I made that's like ready to eat and then one that excuse me, is frozen and then he can make it later. Hello, Lydia. Lydia's here. Lisa said we have rain here in Texas, so I'm going to sit here and relax with you. Good. Angie said overcast and cool in my part of the UK today. See, I knew it wasn't going to be beautiful everywhere. Crystal, your garden. No way. Got pummeled by hail. That's terrible. Hello, Arlene. Hello from rainy, wet Alberta. She said we needed the rain so bad. We could use some rain too. I mean, I'm not going to complain and we're all right, but we could use it. Hello, Helene. And Teresa, she said hi from Fort, how do you say it? Klamath, Oregon. I don't know that one. Hello, Linda. Sunny and hot here in Alberta. Garden is all in. Yay. Spending day watering. We're currently watering because I got it all in. Well, actually, I have room for two more, like, rows of something because normally I have eggplant and the nursery that I get it from doesn't have them this year, which was weird. But also, they don't do great here. We really don't have a long enough growing season. I usually get a few, but I don't get a ton. So I have space and I'm not sure what I'm going to put there. I want to put something that I can very easily preserve. Oh gosh, I'm already getting fluff in my mouth. Rita said we need rain here for my garden. I know. That is one of the nice things about being in Michigan because the Great Lakes keep pretty much all of us in water all the time. And I know I'm not saying we pump it out of the lakes, but like if you go down a little bit in the ground, there's water everywhere. So, and we have a separate well for our sprinklers. So we're just lucky that way. Elspeth said warm rhubarb pie with vanilla ice cream, memories from my childhood. I made these rhubarb bars yesterday and John and I have been eating them. We had them for breakfast. Elizabeth said we need rain here too. I'm having to use my sprinkler too much trying to get my new grass to grow. Did you just get your lawn in, Elizabeth? Oh, that's really hard when you're not getting any rain. Trying to keep it wet enough to, get it really established is tough. Crystal said, I have learned that peas recover nice from a beating. The carrots took it like a champ, and the radishes are touch and go. I didn't do anything from seed this year, so I don't have carrots or radishes. I just couldn't get it together. That's how I felt, anyways. It was like, I just don't care. Isn't that awful? Let's see. Shelly said gardening with spinning breaks in between. It is a beautiful day here in Oregon. Good, because that weather comes across. We're supposed to have a whole beautiful week. Oh, that reminds me. I'm sorry. I just remembered. We are going to have a Tour de Fleece team. If anybody wants to spin on our team, you can join. It is non-competitive, 100%. It is just an event where you make your own goals. So Fibre Love Diary will have a team this year. Linda said to Arlene, "Where in Alberta are you? We had a much needed rain a week ago." All right, hot and sunny Saskatchewan. Look at all the Canadians. Elizabeth said, no, they seeded the lawn in October when I moved in, but it was windy and a lot of seed blew away and ended up super patchy. So did you have to reseed, Elizabeth, like in patches, or? Rita said, yeah, sign me up. So I'm going to put something in the Facebook group about it so that we can post there. And also we will have a thread in the Ravelry group, but I expect most of the posting to be done on the Facebook group, just because we are more active there, and I don't have a Ravelry group. I like Ravelry, but I don't think that their like interactiveness of posting is quite as, what's the word? It's not quite as like user friendly, or it's not quite as nice for interaction for everybody. So you can sign up there, Alice, once I get it going. Hello, Eileen. She said, I come right on time. I hear Tour de Fleece. Yep, we have some stuff that's going on. Eileen and I have already been talking about it. So, but I'll post it all in the Facebook group. Elizabeth said, yay for Tour de Fleece. FLD. Craft Design said, goody for the TDF team. I will make a goal to finish my sweater spin. That's a good one. So it is, it's July 1st through the 23rd with a couple of rest days, which and then a couple of challenge days. Linda said, oh, a team sounds fun. Good. Crystal said, I am out of wool. Crystal, what? What? Elizabeth said, I've reseeded twice already, once a few weeks ago and then yesterday. Oh my goodness, it's hard. We had, I don't know if you remember, but in 2023 when we had that flooding, we had someone come afterwards and like regrade and had to seed it, and we like watered it a ton. Our neighbors actually helped us out with this great big huge sprinkler. Elizabeth said, I found the Ravelry hard to follow last year, but would use it again if needed. I think we'll mostly plan on keeping it on the Facebook group. I know there are a few people who won't use Facebook for, different reasons, and I respect that. So I want to make sure there is some place they can post as well. But I think we're going to probably majority be in Facebook. Arlene said, I live in Marwayne, Alberta. It is a half hour northwest of Lloydminster, which is right on the Alberta-Saskatchewan border. Shelly said, the last roll eggs I made were a bit too tight, so this spin is a bit fussy. Still learning. Have you ever redone a roll egg? I have not, because once you spiral it, it's quite hard to do. but I have pre-drafted them and sometimes that helps. Deanna said, already prepping fiber. All right. You are on the ball. I'm hardly even thinking of it. Alice said, my spinach didn't make it. Oh no. I don't know if I overwatered it or if it's just too hot, wrong time of year. It does. Mine usually gets too wilty once it gets hot, Alice. So maybe it was too hot. Maybe. It likes a lot of water. Teresa said we still had snow until mid-May. Mice and voles decimated our lawn. I live 20 miles from Crater Lake. I'm not a Facebook person. Bummer. Teresa, you can still use Ravelry if you want to. There's a lot of people who do not want to use Facebook. And, whatever your reason is, I feel like it's, valid. Lisa said, evening all from extremely unreasonably dry Scotland. Are you dry there too, Lisa? And hello. Eileen said, how can anyone ever run out of wool? Crystal, are you really out? She said, I spun up all that Paradise Fibers wool and looked in my stores and said a few colorful words. I have accepted this is where I am. My goodness. Are you really out? Or are you just out of stuff you want to spin? Lisa said, yo, Alice. Linda said to Arlene, I know where that is. I'm at, Grand Prairie. Too bad we are not closer. Aw. I was telling everybody, and Lisa missed it, that I had planted my garden today, and all the tomatoes are planted. And now I see that she also put tomatoes in. And peppers. And cucumbers. And zucchini. Alice said I got a cotton linen blend remnant for $7.50, made a new throw pillowcase and 9 napkins, so I go through fewer paper towels. I love that. I think that my current weave is going to be partly used for some, I don't know, what do you call them? They're like kitchen roll, washable kitchen roll. Lisa said, yep, 'tis bonkers having to water my tomatoes. We always have to water ours. Alice said, so I'll try spinach in the fall. I bet it'll do better than Alice, was a wee bit cooler. Crystal said, I am not out, but I don't want to spin the alpaca by itself. I would blow through it in a day or two anyway. Wow. That's right, courgettes. She said, courgettes here, my lovely. But the way I do it, I believe you call them marrows or marrows because I think I'm going to pick them. We were talking about it today or yesterday, maybe. I always think, they just need like 1 or 2 more days. Then I go out 2 days later and they're gigantic. And so don't you call them a marrow or a marrow there? When they get humongous? Rita said, I've just have pole beans and tomatoes planted. Yeah, but if that's all you want, Rita, that's perfect. Nyla said, hello, I'm thinking of weaving linen fabric for dress on my 20-inch rigid head loom. Any advice on set and yarn? Thanks. Hello, Rox. Do I have advice? I think it depends on what yarn you do pick, Nyla. But I would probably want to do a 12.5 or a 12 dent head. It depends on what kind of loom you have. And because a lot of the linen yarns are quite a bit finer. My hair is crazy because it's still a little damp. Sorry. It just feels weird. It will feel weird. If you haven't woven with linen before, it feels kind of like hard and crunchy almost. And then when you wash it, it just softens every time. I'm just trying to think. I mean, I don't know. 20-inch. That should be enough for a dress. Wide enough. Oh, Lisa said, yep, Maro one's huge. Yeah, and that's what always happens to me. I don't mean to do that, but it happens to me over and over. Melissa said, how are the kids and pups? Everybody is good. The pups are great. One of our kids is moving like in 2 weeks. So that's going to be interesting. And then we saw one kid and son-in-law on Friday, but we were at an interment, so that wasn't very fun. But um, Eileen said I don't use Facebook a lot, but Trisha's group is set to private, which means only tribers can see what you are posting, so you're okay if you don't want to be harassed by random high school classmates. That's true. I keep it private for a bunch of different reasons, but that is a good one. Linda said hi to Rox, love your channel. Elsbeth said, Kay, I was trying to weave and listen and stuffed up so badly, then stuffed up when unweaving. Later, Elsbeth will deal with it. Now, Elsbeth will just sit at my laptop and participate. Yeah, what projects does everybody have today? I am still working on this BFL Firestar, but I'm almost half done. Alice said, Elsbeth sounds like a good recovery plan. I hate unweaving, Elsbeth. I am so bad at it because then when there's a mistake, you always have to like get to that place and try to sort it out, unweave it. You know what I mean? Because you're not in order. Oh, I hate it. But I do it sometimes. Teresa said, can you double the linen threads? I have a 15-inch Cricut loom. You could definitely double them. It's just going to change up what your weave feels like. Rita said, this is the first garden I've had in about 6 years. Back surgery last year helped a lot. So starting another one and keeping it small to get back in the hang of it. That's smart. Every year I feel like I get some things messed up and some things right with my garden. That's just the way it goes. Okay, that wasn't cool. Rock said, I'm working on the upper front bodice of a linen top. Are you knitting it? Must be. Mr. Tom, I got to meet Mr. Tom in person, and Lydia. He said, I got nothing on my loom because I'm packing up to go to a conference next week for a class. That's fun. Where are you going? Crystal said, I'm ignoring a Kermit puppet and the never-ending sweater and a pair of socks. Woo! Wow. Who's the Kermit puppet for? I need to know. Tracy, are you feeling better? Tracy said, I'm in the home stretch of a sweater quantity of humbug, ready for some color. I always get bored when I'm doing a sweater quantity. It doesn't matter what the color is. There's always a point where I'm like, okay, I need to go do something new. Helene said, I'm spinning Angora for my daughter's cardigan. Pure Angora? Okay, yes. Rock said yes, knitting the linen top. I think did I see something about that on your channel? I feel like I did. And it was recent. Queen Crafts. Okay, Bridget said hello. Hello, Bridget. Ooh. Dee said, I'm working on lots of unfinished projects. Finish it February and June. What did you bring specifically? Elsbeth said, I love hearing about people's projects. I do too. That's one of the reasons why I usually ask what everybody brought. Oh, Mr. Tom said, Michigan League of Hand Weavers Conference. That is going to be held really close to where we used to, well, it's in Holland where we used to live, but really close to where we used to live. Crystal said, my son does a mean Kermit impersonation. Shoot. That went too quick. Hang on. Oh, Christine, hello. She said, I have my first set of cotton towels on my loom, spinning 50-50 Angora baby doll mix. Deanna's pulling locks from a Montadale Jacob. That must be kind of cool. Getting ready to flick them. Tracy said, yes, thanks. It was a tough week at work, but your videos kept my spirits up. I'm glad you're feeling better. Alice said, work in progress, still the tablet weave, ongoing 3 years now, and the bamboo spin in short spurts, and the googly tank as usual after the napkin binge. Oh my goodness. Y'all are going to get bored with the ongoing. Lisa said, frantically trying to finish off stuff for our inaugural wool festival. I saw that. Next weekend, is there really no one making the bonkers journey all the way to my tiny island? I'm sad. I would like to go. Eileen said, I'm finally 3-plying number 62 of her breed study, Exmoor Blueface. Wow. 62. Rita said, I'm starting my first ever colorwork sweater. Had to learn the German twisted cast on who makes up these. It's nice though, right? And stretchy. Rock said, yeah, I've been working on this top for a couple of weeks. Had to figure out some of the design aspects as I've been knitting. Yes. Okay, so that's the same top I'm thinking of. Alice said, hoping Tour de Fleece will get me to put more into that spin. So much to do. Yeah, Alice, you've got a lot going on. Helene said, I ply it with wool alpaca that I dyed. Nice. Nice. Lisa said, never bored with you, Alice. That's true. Alice has always got a project going. Hello from Webb City, Missouri. Oh, Tammy, looking forward to whatever your next weaving project will be. Me too. That 20-yard warp is still going. And I'm having a little trouble with it because that sectional warp beam, well, it's not the beam. The friction brake wants to slip a little, so it's slowing me down. Oh, Sally's doing dishes. Hello, Sally. Bridget said, I'm spinning on my Braid of the Month club. Fibre this month was USA Corriedale. It's so beautiful. Which club is it, Bridget? We like to know. We do. Crystal said, love Corey. Lisa said, oh, Sally, the dishes can wait. Sit and chat. That's right. They are not going anywhere. That's for sure. Dawn's got Echo Hemp mitts, helping Spawn move 3 states over and plotting fitting sufficient projects and carry on, I bet. I always think I need way more projects than I can even touch. Karen said, got to block a jumper. I just finished knitting and already started a crochet jumper. Alice said what Lisa said, Sally. Eileen said, Lisa, I would have loved so much to be there. Flight tickets were £460. I cannot do the math on that. What's that like? It's like $1.30 to a pound, right? So that's like, I don't know, $600 in US. I'm just trying to figure it out myself. Hey, Kai. Craft Designs that I finished both the socks and the triple knit cowl this week, so just working on the sock blanket today. Bridget said, oh, Crafty Housewife Yarns. Okay. Lisa said, how do folks block a whole jumper? I've seen Shetland jumper hang things, but surely it stretches. Okay, I missed something maybe, but I lay it out on the floor. And it depends on what I'm trying to do with my blocking. I might get it wet and I might just get it damp, like roll it in a damp towel first. So it kind of depends. Lisa said sock blanket with a question mark. Wait, who's got a sock blanket going? Oh, Craft Design has one. Rachel said, I purchased and scoured my first fleece. Woohoo! Last week. You helped me learn to do it. Pro tip, you don't have to scour the whole thing at once. Oh, no. No, you don't. You can just do it in smaller bars. Did you try to do it all once, Rachel? She said, who knew? Kai said, how is the silk, or sorry, Alice said, Kai, how is the silk nurturing going? Lydia said, drop spinning Bucilla Christmas sock, and as always, socks for on the go. I love it. You probably could, yeah. Rita said, awesome, Rachel. Pff, fluffies. Pff. Lisa said, Trish, you could probably fly Michigan to London for what it costs to get from London to meet. Seriously? Well, I think I have to go through New York. It would probably cost a little bit more. But still, that's a lot. Lisa, you guys can't have a big airport. Do you have to go on like a little teeny weeny plane? I would have to get on a boat. Those little tiny planes, those are not my favorite. And I have done it before. Once when I visited my sister, she lives away in the middle of nowhere. Their airport is like a Quonset hut. I don't know if you know it. You have to Google it if you don't know what that is. And I was in the airplane and the pilot talked to us and then just like turned around and shut this little folding thing. I mean, like I could have touched him. And my mom and I were both on the plane and I was like, this is not cool. I could kick him. Not cool. Chris is also asking about the silk. Elizabeth said, still working on the weekender and I bought a skein and needles. to cast on a half and half triangle wrap if I get bored with the sweater in a bit, which is likely with how much I've knit this week. Craft Design said the modular knit garter squares knit in leftover sock yarn. Nice. I'm sure, Rachel, it's hard to get like enough soap and water moving around when you're doing the whole thing. Rock said the Shetland jumper blockers allow the sweaters to dry upright, which allows the air to dry both sides at once without taking up floor space. In damp climates, it's likely a big help. But doesn't not stretch? Because I feel like it would. Okay, Kai has an update and I want to know. He said, good, looks like I'm going to be very busy next spring as it looks that all the eggs laid by the moths, yes, the moths emerged. They're all fertile. Way to go. Kai, this is like, I hope you're doing this for school too, because this is like such a cool science thing. Elizabeth said also on Thursday and yesterday, I finally got around to wet finishing all the yarn I spun during last year's Tour de Fleece, plus a few from before that. So now I have lots of yarn options. That's so nice. Lisa said, is it Tinnel or whatever? You tell me. The bottom island in our chain is called Barra, and famously the plane lands on the beach. I'll have to try and find footage for you all. That's cool. We did fly into an airport once where you basically, you like come over the ocean and you hit the ground immediately. And it is very terrifying, I want to say. I was like, this is so scary. I guess I'm not a good flyer. Anxious people rarely are. Alice said, nice, Kai. I hope you enjoy the harvest. That's really exciting that they're all fertile. Eileen said, I flew there once before I knew Lisa. You land on the beach. Hello, Rhonda. How are you? Kai said, I will. Thankfully, they don't take up as much space as sheep. Well, you know, sheep are next. Rock said the blockers are adjustable to fit the sweater. Also, Shetland wool can shrink a bit when washed, so it's to prevent that. Makes a lot of sense. Arlene said, I'm trying to finish up a 15-yard warp on my 45-inch Leclerc Jack floor loom. It is warped with friendship towels. I gave a couple away at a bridal shower, and they were loved by all. I bet. Is it taking forever, Arlene? Because my 20-yard warp, and it is partly because I'm struggling with that break slipping. It's really because it gets annoying after a while, and I get frustrated, and I'm like, I'm just going to come back to this. But is it taking forever? Because maybe I'm just slow as a weaver. Oh, Ella said, haha, Kai, rock on. Sorry, my hair's wild. Eileen said, aren't the Shetland blockers called sweater stretchers? With Fair Isle knitting, it isn't so bad to stretch the knitting a tiny bit to even up the stitches. Oh, there you go. Oh my gosh, I am just about to switch bobbins. That means I'll be on the second half. Crystal said, I wonder if pool noodles would make a good sweater blocker. You mean like laid out in a square? What do you mean? I use those floor things, those floor rubbery puzzle piece things. You know what I'm talking about. But I used to use, and I still have, whenever I do lace, if I block a lace project, I use a 4x8 sheet of house wrap because I don't care if that stretches. And then I use it to pin it out to open the lace up. But otherwise, I usually use the whatchacolumns on the floor, the puzzle piece things on the floor. Crystal said, I think when I get this sweater finished, I'll find out. Alice said to Crystal, maybe if you cut them so they don't roll. Yeah, I think the rolling, cut them in half, you mean, like, Alice? So they're, I think that's would be really smart. Rhonda said, I'm weaving in ends, woohoo, on the third pair of fingerless mitts I've made recently. I have another pair to go. Is it all one pattern, Rhonda? Because I need to make another pair. Arlene said warping takes forever with a sectional beam, but after it's ready to go, each towel takes about an hour to weave. A 36-inch long towel. Okay. All right, so that means you'll have about 15 towels. About 14 towels. I did not think sectional warping was that bad. Um, I mean, I've sort of started to get to the point where maybe I just enjoy the process more because I don't hate it, if that makes sense. I used to hate it so much. Lisa said, I'm with you, Trish, but you can't see what is happening on the underside. I found it a problem, particularly blah, 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 with your top-down yoked sweaters. Yeah. Makes you nervous. Okay, we did it. I got to take this one off. Alice said, why do I always feel so relaxed during tribe sessions? Oh, yeah, because we mesh, Alice. Do you think that's why, really? Why do you think? It must do something for your brain. Crystal said, I have that floor. I was thinking more for kind of stuffing the sweater because it... Oh, there you go. Because it is all color work. And when I actually block my color work, I get a weird spot where it's a permanent fold. That makes sense. It makes sense to stuff it with those. Because then if you do need to stretch it at all, it would make a nice even... Because if you stretch things and pin them out, you know how you get a point where the pins are? I hate that. I used to use wires, but I haven't been doing that lately. Okay, let's take this guy off. Oh my word. I don't know what I'm doing. Check it out. I hope I scrubbed my nails enough after the gardening. If my nails are dirty, someone always notices. Alice said, Rhonda, I love fingerless mitts. Made a few pairs for myself back when I had to go into a cold office. That's smart. Eileen said, also with sweaters, I often steam block with a soaking wet towel between my knitting and my iron. Don't steam the ribbing. You don't want it to relax. Exactly. Oh, shoot. Rhonda said, yes, all the same pattern. They are for my dad and husband. They like the way these fit. Nice. So your dad likes them too, Rhonda. That's really nice. My dad will never wear anything I make him. It's fine. In fact, specifically ask for a hat and still won't wear it. Okay. Elspeth said, I look forward to this time together every week. Oh, I do too, actually. I mean, there were times in the early on where I was nervous all the time. And I was like, I can't handle it this week. But I'm over that now. Arlene said, my favorite part is the threading, warping, slaying, and getting it ready to go. Then I stall out on the weaving. That's so interesting. Do you want to warp my loom for me and then I'll do the weaving part? That would be so cool. Crystal, that's nice. Thank you. Crystal said, so pretty. So are the garden nails. I showered. I scrubbed them. I did my best. It's just that time of year. Rhonda said, Alice, I think it's because we understand each other's obsession with all things fiber. Maybe. I think the similar interests. And then also, I feel like this group is so welcoming and like inclusive. And I love it. It's so wonderful. I love it. Eileen said, me too, Elsbeth. Thanks, Rita. I've got the other, I actually weighed this half to make sure I had separated it pretty well. And it's almost exactly half. I am a wreck over here with my fuzz. Yep, Alice said it's just beautiful being with people with similar interests. Comfy. There's something stuck in here. I can feel it. Danielle said, afternoon. Danielle, how are you? Just got home from the barn. Kids had horseback riding lessons. Nice. Danielle, are you the one that is knitting Super Sock World Championship? Alice said that spin is looking gorgeous. Thanks. Teresa said, and I think it was Eileen that said lovebird colors, isn't it? Arlene said, Teresa said, Arlene, I'll trade you. Warping slaying is the worst for me. I don't mind slaying. I don't love the heddles. Sorry. Rhonda said my dad wears them during his dialysis treatments to keep his hands warm, but allows him to still use his phone. Nice. Arlene said that's 100% deal. Oh my gosh, I didn't think you'd say yes. Woohoo. Oh. All right, I'm going to choke myself again. My allergies are crazy. I told John I hope I don't do that again because we have so much pollen in the air and it's not raining, so it's not being carried away, kind of. You know what I mean? It's been bad. Kai said, for my spindle people out there, do you prefer bottom whirl or top whirls? I'm not really a spindle person, as you know, but I do prefer a top whirl. Rico said, hiya, driving around, so I'll be quiet. You better, Rico. Do not want something to happen to you. You're our DIY treasure. Oh, good, Alice. I'm so glad. Cheryl said I like a top whirl spindle also. Karen, hello. She said, good afternoon. I'm driving along in my truck out in dairy country in Wisconsin, and I remembered and jumped on to see if I had reception. So hi, I meant hi. Hello. Karen, are you driving? Because also, please don't hurt yourself. Oh, okay. Danielle said, when it comes to knitting, I'm a snail. We have more than one Danielle, and if I can't see your pictures, I get confused. Eileen said to Kai, bottom whirl because I only spin on Turks. Hello, Jerry. She said, greetings. Just got back from a late lunch. Glad you're still here. We're glad you made it. Alice said, Kai, haven't tried bottom whirl, only top. Eventually I'll experiment, I'm sure, because drop spindle love. And Crystal said, Kai, I like both top and bottom whirl. Top whirl is super fast for me. Lisa said, my nails aren't too bad, but my hand's still stinging from grabbing nettles. They grew under the polytunnel wall, up through the raised bed, and in among my salad leaves. Don't you hate that? I hate that. And then I'm also fighting raspberries. We have tons of wild raspberry plants in our area. And I mean, obviously I can see where they are and be careful, but there was some dead raspberry branches in amongst some weeds I grabbed today, and so I grabbed like a handful of thorns, basically. I did actually cut one of my fingers, no big deal. But it's like, why don't I wear gloves? I don't know why I don't. Nyla said never use bottom whirl much. I understand they are slower. I did not know they were slower. Why would they be slower? That doesn't, I guess I don't know. Rhonda said when I use a spindle, I prefer a top whirl lightweight spindle. Danielle said to Kai, I started out preferring a top whirl. Now, after over a year of spinning, I'm liking bottom whirl better. Also, Turkish spindles are fire. I like it. Jewel said, I do like to use my 3 types of spindles, top, bottom, and Turkish. Also bottom, but different. I like the Turkish for singles. Bottom regular for plying. That's interesting. Eileen said, don't forget the like button. Yes, please. Please don't forget. I do appreciate it so much, and I don't know if I'll ever get in the habit. I get into our conversations, and then I forget all about that stuff. Oh, this is why I'll never have a big channel on YouTube, but everybody that's supposed to be here today is here today, and it's okay. Kai said to Lisa, you should try making nettle yarn to make it worth it. I love that. Kai is going to take lemons and make lemonade. So smart. Jerry said, I have 3 top whirls I really like and 1 large Turkish. Lisa said, trust me, Kai, I've considered it. Revenge would be sweet. Question on the nettle yarn. Am I wrong in thinking that you have to do the same stuff that you have to do with like flax? Like you have to let it, I can't remember what the word for it, but you basically have to let it rot and then you have to beat the heck out of it and all that stuff, don't you? Lydia said, I'm strange, I like them all. That's not strange, Lydia. The reason I know it's not strange is because people ask me all the time, what's my favorite wool to spin? And I'm like, whatever I am spinning is my favorite. Usually, I can't help it. See, Alice said, not strange, versatile. Lisa said, oh, sorry, getting folks confused. Can't knit and follow and chat. Rita said, y'all came, so I gotta go catch. Oh, mom came, so I gotta go catch y'all later. Bye, Rita. Elspeth said, I bought a bottom whirl when I was starting out and used it for one evening, then went to buy a wheel. I am not patient enough. I don't know if it is patience, Elspeth. I feel like some of us are just more, I don't know, just we just like certain ones better. Do you know what I mean? Because I started on a wheel and then I tried a spindle and I was like, oh, I get you. Like, it's not like I can't do it, but I don't enjoy it as much. Karen also said top. Okay, Karen. Okay, I don't want to ask Karen a question because she's driving. As well as Rico, who is carefully driving safely right now. Craft Design said bottom whirls are slower because of the center of gravity. I don't get it, but I do believe you. However, Turkish tend to be faster than traditional because of the wing design. Yes, okay. Lisa said, yep, same process, lots of battering nettles. Oh, now Kai said you don't have to. You can strip the bark. Oh, gosh. Also, that sounds like a lot of work. Can't I just wash it like wool? Terry said I like top more than bottom, but use them all. Okay. Karen said I can turn it on and it's just like a radio. I didn't listen, Siri. Again, I'm confused. Were you talking to Siri and it printed it? I'm not sure what just happened. Okay, Danielle has a Rhinebeck question. Rhinebeck is fun. Danielle said, okay, I have a Rhinebeck question. I'm seriously thinking of booking this year for the first time. Tell me anything I should know, places to stay. I will be driving from home. Danielle, you're in Canada, right? You're in Ontario. Is that correct? Okay. There are a lot of places to stay, but you should book soon. There's a lot around the area. There's like a lot of hotels. There's a lot of Airbnbs. If you have a couple friends that you can go to, you can get an Airbnb and get, something that you can split between a few people and it's pretty fun and affordable. If you're going on Saturday, it's going to be very, very busy. Just be prepared for that and just so you can be chill about it because it is wild. I mean, it's wild. It's like a sea of people. But if you want it, same with if you want to eat, it's just so huge that you just have to plan on going and like chilling out in the line, talking to people, all those things. But it is so much fun. It's amazing to be in amongst all those people that are there for the same reason. I don't know how to explain it, but there's like a vibe. Also, I would say if you're looking for something specific, make yourself a list because you're going to get in there. You're going to get drunk on the wool fumes. You're not going to mean to, but you're going to get distracted and looking at everything, and you'll come out without what you thought you wanted and with all kinds of other crazy things if you don't have a list. Lisa said, oh, must be different articles we've read. Really not going to try it, though. Way too much effort. That's how I feel. Although, what if it's magical yarn? We don't know. And we're not going to find out probably. Karen says supported spindle is kind of starting to be my go-to. But you also spin on wheels, right, Karen? Sally said I have more control with my wheel. I think I might too, but that might be just because I didn't spend enough time with a spindle. Alice said, I agree. Spindle versus wheel is likely individual and possibly based on the spin. I do agree with that as well, Alice. She said, I have no interest in doing the bamboo on a spindle, but definitely playing with linen on it right now. That makes so much sense because the bamboo is so slippery. Okay, Danielle said I'm about an 8-hour drive. Also, like there's fun places to eat around and do and see, and it is so gorgeous that time of year there. Like leave yourself some time to do a pretty drive just in the Hudson Valley. It is so gorgeous. John and I just drove around and took pictures. It's beautiful with the dogs in the car. Rhonda said I started learning on a spindle, then tried a friend's wheel, and it was a game changer. After I was comfortable on the wheel, I tried the spindle again and I loved it. Elspeth said to Rhonda, yeah, I was wondering if I would try spindle again now that I've got a rudimentary handle on my Lendrum spinning. And Alice said, Rhonda, yes, I met up with Lisa when I had the never to be spoken wheel. She let me try hers, game changer. I do think that happens to some people too with the wheels, because I was teaching myself on an antique wheel, and when I actually had the chance to try a more modern Ashford, even though it was older but way more modern still, and as soon as I tried it I was like, oh my gosh, I can do this. It was like no problem. Danielle said, haha, I will get wool drunk. I'm taking my mom so she can hold me back a bit. That's a good idea. If you are like me and you do get that like overwhelm, it's always good to set yourself a budget as well. I hesitate to tell people to do that because I'm not the best at it. So it's a little bit like, you know, taking advice from someone who really doesn't have their life together on that topic. But I have learned. And also, if you go, look for me. Lisa said, I've got a friend currently knitting on a nettle fiber, and it is nice, kind of drapey, but lots of other ways of getting drape. Is it similar to linen, Lisa? I am curious about it. You can tell. And we have it here, so I could do it, but I probably won't. Bridget said I made my first spindle, then got a wheel. Now I have 3 traditional wheels and an eel wheel. I don't like the spindle or the eel wheel, but I love my Ashford wheels. So interesting. That's why there's so many different, wheels on the market, if you think about it though, because for a lot of us, we might just be different in the way we learn or the way that we function, and then there's something to fit everybody. Alice said still too heavy metal treadler for a manual wheel, but she recommended the EEW, and I've been addicted since. Rhonda said, try it, Elspeth. You might have a better experience now. Rhonda thought Will Drunk was funny. It's true. Karen said, yeah, I'm not typing. I'm talking to Siri, so she's crazy sometimes. We have the same thing with Alexa at our house. Kai said, thanks for your opinions, everyone. Not done. Keep your preferences coming. I'm collecting data for his Etsy shop this summer because he's going down to his grandpa's to make spindles. How fun. Eileen said, Trish, I think that is the same with spindles. Some spindles are really clunky and much harder to learn on. A different spindle might make such a difference. Maybe I should try a different one. You guys are making me think about it. Maybe I'll buy one of Kai's. Hey, Elspeth said to Karen, Siri seems to think I have an accent, so voice to text is deplorable for me. It's never right. Interesting. Danielle, we are renting this time. We have a current rental. I should say this. There's a small part of me that feels like I shouldn't spend the money. So there is a slim possibility that at the last minute I will have a attack of guilt and not go. But if I'm going, I will let you guys know. I've been waiting because I'm afraid that my conscience is going to get me and I'm going to cancel it. Karen said, isn't this world just utterly ridiculous? I can drive along on my truck out in the country, tell my steering wheel what to do, and I can even talk to you and ask you questions through my steering wheel. 100%. It is crazy and ridiculous. I can push a button and my car will park itself. That's nuts. Lisa said, yeah, I'd say similar to linen, not too much sheen. Interesting. Oh, Alice said sad. She said, I set myself a 200 budget for my first Fibre Fest. Couldn't go because my mom got COVID. So spent it at Joanne's. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry you couldn't go. And sorry your mom got COVID. Lisa said, yeah, Alice, not her to spend, is it? This is the spending time of year for us while we are getting our yard and every in the pool going, and I'm feeling like, man. Kai said there's a spindle for everyone. See, maybe I should just be trying it. Alice said half of it. Oh, I can blow another 100 before vacay is over. Time to head to F Fibre Love Diary. You're so funny, Alice. The shop is highly stocked right now. And I do plan this week, I'm trying to dye like 60 more braids. So I took this week off from dyeing because the shop is so stocked right now. Jules said, I love all my spindles and my kiwi. I'm thinking about electric wheel someday. You know, it's handy. They are handy. I never know if I should encourage people because everyone's situation is different, but they're handy and portable. Cheryl said, when I buy a spindle, I check to make sure it is balanced. How do you do that, Cheryl? I'm curious. Danielle said, feeling guilty for doing something you love that's not destructive to your life. No, I know. But you know how it is. Like, we have financial goals we work towards together. And so there is a small part of me that just feels like, should I do this? I love it so much. Last year, I left just like, I might cry, feeling overwhelming joy. And it really wasn't because of the festival. It was because I met so many tribers and it was such a great, fun thing. Kai said, bottom whirl spindles are my favorite. I find top whirls to be very annoying and wobbly out of balance. Rhonda, are you going to it? She said, is anyone in the tribe familiar with the Copper K Festival in Montana in July? Copper K. Sorry, I'm petting Luther. Nyla said, made a spindle, with dowel. Hang on a sec here. I got a problem with the camera. I don't know what it is, but we only have 5 more minutes. Can you guys stand it? Should I just lean to the side? Nope, it's my camera. Wait a minute. Haven't I turned it off and on before and it worked? Let's try it. Okay. Let's see. Nyla said I made a spindle with dowel, 2-inch bite gear, and 2-inch washer. Amazing spin. Cool. Karen's a wheel hoarder times 3. Oh, hello, Kathia. She said, I'm really late today. I don't know. That definitely didn't do it. Is that what you came down for? John came down to help me.
That and to tell everybody I'm going to try to talk to you when they go in the Rhinebeck.
Oh, did you hear that? Let's try it again. I'm fixing the camera. Hang on. You can go ahead and tell them if they didn't hear you.
I'm going to do my best to talk her into going to Rhinebeck.
We did get a rental, so we are probably going.
It was a lot of fun.
Did you have fun when you went?
Yeah. I like watching you light up when all the people meet.
Oh, babe, that's so nice. Oh, no, that isn't right.
These are your tribers.
I'm still trying to fix it. I'm sorry. This is so funny. Cheryl said I spin a bit of fiber with it. Let's say Craft Design said, what's happened to your camera? Hang on, half my screen is frozen. No, it's definitely me. Okay, Rhonda said the Copper Cave Festival is during our vacation this year, and we were thinking of going to Yellowstone. It's only an hour away. Yep, it's frozen. Elizabeth said hi, John. He left.
What?
Elizabeth said hi, and so Elsbeth and Elizabeth both said hi, and Alice. Oh my goodness.
Hey, everybody.
Now I really might have messed it up.
Thumbs up and like while the camera's all jacked.
Oh my gosh, I can't get it fixed. So funny. Wait a minute. Oh, this is why. I hate it when that happens. Bye, Rox. Okay, we're going to try it again. Danielle said, good job, John. Keep her on track to go. Kai said, we should start a company that gives people loans for Fiberfest. That's so funny. Rico, good, you're safe. Oh, shoot, Lisa, I'm sorry. It was too late. I cannot get this thing fixed. Oh. Wait a minute. I can't remember what I did the one time that I did get it to fix. Rico said interactive mode enabled. Bye, Teresa. Oh, this might have done it. Alice said, as long as you keep talking, we'll keep listening. Wait, this might do it. I did it. I did it. Oh, no, I didn't. I lied. Well, shoot, it's only 3 minutes early. What is going on? Oh, John's logged in and said hi to Kai. Alice said as long as... Okay, sorry, I already got that. Elspeth said it was a good get-together regardless. Oh, there we go. I did it. I know what I did now, too. Rhonda said, y'all, I'm so blessed. It was my hubby that found the Fibre Festival that is during our vacation. He is so supportive of my love and Fibre. That is so nice. I love that. You know, when I hear of people who don't support their partner's hobbies, I just can't believe it. Bye, Arlene. Have fun weaving. Come on over next time my loom needs dressing. I know what I did now. I had to actually take the battery out of the camera. I know what someone will remember for me next time, I'm sure. Bye, Jerry. I don't even know how to pronounce that, Venus. Bye, Kai. He said, have a great 2 weeks, y'all. Pop in. Oh, next week I won't be here, Kai. Elizabeth said, we have to be famous for John to log in for us. We talk about you all the time, Elizabeth. In a good way. In fact, we just had a conversation about that note that I did not write you. And we were cracking up laughing about it. Rico said, sidebar, I just learned that you can make an indigo vat from indigo hair powder. What? Rico, that's why you're my DIY superstar. Jules said, LOL, yay, my hubby is great. He is super supportive of all my hobbies. See, you support his hobby back. I feel like that's how it should be. I don't understand. Well, I didn't choke myself to death. It wasn't to death, obviously. I didn't choke myself this week. Sure, my camera froze up, but what are you going to do? Well, Elsbeth, that matters too. She said, I'm a singleton. I support all my own hobbies. Alice said that no-tell, I want one. What is that? Rhonda said, Jules, I support my hobbies gaming too. Sometimes I watch and play while I knit. Nice. I better. You know what? Lydia said write down the fix. I think I'll put it on a post-it because it doesn't happen often. And I think it's actually the software that I use to stream with. That's how I can have more than one camera and use a different mic and all that stuff. So I think I better write it down, put it on a post-it, and I'll put it on my live setup thing. Karen said, I thought that was me. Half your face was moving and the other half wasn't. I came late with the festival. It's this, I think it's like I said, the software. I don't think it's actually the camera that does it. Alice said, I like the invisible ink theory. Elizabeth said, I know what you mean. My ex-husband wasn't supportive of my artistic interest. And so it's amazing to me that many people husbands are like John and Carrie's Dan and Rhonda's husband too. Well, Elizabeth, I know exactly what you're saying because I did not have that the first time I was married. And it still amazes me a lot of the time when John is supportive of what I do because I did not have that either. And now I know that I would never be okay with it being the other way, but I didn't know that before. You know what I'm saying? So I totally hear what you're saying. I get it. Tracy said, I agree. I support my husband's love of vintage cars. I heard Tracy goes to his shows, his car shows, and listens to us. She said, I'm going to Lambtown with my mom because she will hang as long as I want. That's nice too. Oh, Elspeth said, hashtag goals. All right, I survived. Even with camera malfunctions. It's after 3. I'm going to go. We're actually going to sit outside for the rest of the day and maybe go into our freezing cold pool. There you go. Eileen said, haha to Elspeth, same here, and I support you too. I mean, we have all of each other to support each other. So I hope you guys have a great, well, till Tuesday and then next Sunday that you have fun. Rico said, my other half is constantly telling me to get rid of stuff, but will also be the reason I have it. That's balance, right? Yes. Yeah, sorry, Rico. And then if anybody missed it, next weekend, I will be at my dad's for his birthday, and also we're going to celebrate Father's Day with him next weekend. So I will miss next Sunday. And if you're thinking about the Tour de Fleece team, I'll be posting something pretty soon in the Facebook group. I appreciate you guys. Have a great week. I love you. Bye.